So, welcome back. Let's tab 59. So, first of all, I'm not in the shot obviously because my remote control's still not sorted. Anyway, here on the table in front of us you can see, apart from my stupid mug, not my face, my actual mug, is my 308 rifle. It's a Mossberg .308 caliber, which is also 7.62mm NATO, so it'll take surplus ammunition. So, quick look through it, a quick look at it, and then we'll chat some more. So, as you can see at the back there, just past my mug, it's got a Magpul stock, adjustable stock. It's a Picatinny rail on the top there, nice pistol grip. The chassis is aluminium, hence the light chassis, the LC in the title of the rifle. Aluminium, very light. Floating barrel, which is fluted the last sort of 6 inches and takes you up to the muzzle brake there. It's got a one-piece vortex, cantilever mount, and I've got a vortex crossfire 2 6 to 24 by 50 scope fitted to it. So it's a decent scope, middle of the road, nothing too expensive. Okay, let's get into it. So I say, welcome back, thanks for joining us. If you haven't subscribed, please do. So, Mossberg, famous for making shotguns, okay? Most people in the shooting world have heard of Mossberg, they'll think straight away of shotguns. Well, a few years ago they started to get into rifles, and they brought out the MVP series in 5.56, and they do all sorts of calibers now. And this is the MVP LC light chassis. I think with the scope and everything it weighs in just under 9 pounds, I believe. So it's not heavy for a centre-fire rifle like this. It's been listed by some people online as a light sniper rifle. I'm not truly convinced about that. I'm no expert, but a light sniper rifle, what is a light sniper rifle? Is it a light caliber? Or does it mean the weapon's light? I've never heard of a light sniper. And to be honest, this rifle, I've never seen anywhere anything stating it's been used by military units of any country or any law enforcement units as a marksman type rifle, or certainly not as a sniper rifle. So although it looks a little bit military, I'm not 100% convinced that that's what it's going to be used for. There's a lot better rifles out there. Remington 2 great, the 700, Remington 700 and 308, the old British Accuracy International L96, fantastic rifle in its day. I think it's moved on now, but there's a lot better stuff out there. But what you got to remember is this is a budget rifle in a way. I wouldn't say it's cheap and cheerful, it's not budget, but it's not expensive. This rifle, which came like this, apart from the scope and mount, it had the bipod fitted, it had the muzzle brake, and it came with one PMag magazine, 10 round side-by-side round sit magazine, plastic mag, really good, and it was £1,100 a lot. I'm sure now, this is back about 5-6 years ago when I got it, I'm sure now you can get them a lot cheaper second hand, as long as you look for a good one. So you can pick these up, it's a budget rifle, but it's described as, you know, getting people into long range shooting. Long range? What is long range shooting? I mean, is a long range 500 metres, 6, 7, 8? What would you class as long range? 1200 metres? And you've got to remember, especially in the UK, there's not that many ranges. There are a few, but there's not many places where you can shoot at 1200 metres. The obvious choice would be the NRA down at Bisley. They've got a 1200 metre range. And I'm sure there's a few clubs that shoot on military ranges when they can get on there, that you can shoot at long distances. But there's not that many. Most local clubs at 100 metre range. So anyway, I don't believe it's a sniper rifle really. However, having said that, when I took it down the range when I first got it, it didn't take me long to zero it, and at 100 metres it was nailing them in. I would suggest that this rifle is probably good up to 600, maybe 800 metres. And after that, unless you're a very skilled shooter and you take a lot of time, you can start lobbing them in at further ranges than that. But I would imagine it's very comfortable at 600 to 800 metres for your average shooter. Okay then, so as I said, it's got this Magpul stock adjuster at the back, and there's a note on that. This is the bolt fully out. If you want to close that down to its sort of shortest setting, it hits the bolt, and when it's closed down like that, the bolt won't fully extend out. So just be aware that it needs to be back a bit for that. I need it right back because I've got long arms. But it is good, it's a good stock. One thing I will pick up on the bolt here, and you see it's very, it just sounds and feels a little bit cheap and nasty. But it's not, it operates. I've never had a problem with this rifle. I've never had a problem with it cycling, never had any stoppages. It's always been very, very reliable. So it's got a grooved bolt which helps to repel or remove dirt and debris when you're operating. A nice big bolt handle. Also on the back of the bolt, when it's cocked, you get a little silver disc that sort of shows up there. Once the firearm's operated, the disc sort of disappears in a couple of about a centimetre and a half, I suppose, inside. So it's an indicator to the firer that the weapon is actually cocked. Also, when it cocks, you'll see on the trigger maybe, as soon as I lift the bolt up, a little lightning bolt add-on trigger, if you like, and the front comes out, and when you've got your finger on there, you can just take that up to first pressure before operating the trigger proper. So again, that's another indicator that the firearm is cocked. As I say, it's got a Picatinny rail on the top here, fully floating barrel, which is a nice thing to have, and about a 6-inch groove fluting in the end there, and the muzzle brake. Word on the muzzle brake, when I first used it down the range, yes, it does what it says on the tin, it reduces muzzle flip when the firearm's operated. However, the noise that comes out the side is absolutely deafening. People either side of me said, please, can you take that off? But of course you can take it off and just put a cap on the end, which comes with it, or if you've got the money, you can fit a sound moderator. The Cadwell bipod, it's not the best in the world, but it came fitted with a firearm. I've never had any problems with that either. So as a budget package, I'd say it's fairly good. It's not top of the range by a long chalk, but if you want to pick one of these up second hand, maybe you don't want to spend too much money, it could be the rifle for you. It's AR compatible, so you can get AR magazines, extra magazines to fit it. As I said before, I've been using 308 Federal through it, in 308 Winchester. That's an example of one there. But because it's chambered for 7.62 NATO, it means you can pick up surplus ammunition. Some clubs do it. My club did, up here where I am, and I picked up this box of 20 rounds of 7.62mm L2A2, the old stuff we used to put through the SLR back in the day. It's still sealed in its box, the packaging's nice and in good condition, so I'm sure the ammunition is. And this is stamped in 1983, so quite old. But I haven't fired them as yet because I've still been using this 308 Winchester stuff. Now, they were about £15 for 20 rounds from the club. These, from a gun shop, £28.99. £29 for 20 rounds. Not cheap. There is cheaper stuff out there. You can pick up the Serbian stuff, Privy, for instance. They're quite cheap rounds. But obviously, once you find a round that works with this rifle, I've got so many different types of 308 and 7.62. I have to keep re-zeroing all the time. So, there it is in a nutshell. I hope it's been of some interest to you. After this one, there's a couple more I'm going to do on gun related, which will be air rifles and air pistols. Something similar, little teaser, this thing I've got on my leg here. This HW45 air pistol in .22 caliber, cracking little bit of pistol, and I'll talk to you very soon about that. But until then, thanks for watching. Please give us a thumbs up if you can, and please subscribe to the channel and help me grow a little bit more, guys. Thanks very much. Until next time, let's tap.